What's up, y'all? It's your girl Courtney back with another episode of Face the Fact podcast, and y'all know I got my co-host.
What up, internet? It's your boy, your girl, Sean, whatever y'all want to call me on the internet.
Hey, girl,
hey.
And if you know, we up in New York City with it with Angelo.
Angelo. Angelo.
And we are here to talk about things that a lot of people may have questions about when it comes to starting a podcast, running a podcast, equipment, and all that. Angelo is here to help us because I got questions too.
Yeah, let's ask away. I got answers, man. Let's enlighten the people.
Okay. So I know you probably repeat yourself a lot, but we just gonna do it. We're gonna start with equipment, beginner friendly.
So beginner friendly. I started off with, like, if we're talking beginner, all you need is a couple iPhones if you're keeping it a band. But if we want to look somewhat professional, I like to go for kits. I started off with a Rodecaster kit. Okay. It's something called a Rodecaster, which is the audio thing where the microphones are plugged into. Okay. It comes with that, which is what's called like a mixer almost, so you control the volumes. It comes with 4 microphones and the cords that go with it. That was $1,200, but that was literally 90% of the battle. So now, when you're doing a podcast, you need the main thing is the audio. You got the best audio in the game, and and you got all the equipment you need in one package. So you don't have to. Now, what kind of wires do I need? What kind of mics? It's all in one thing. So that's what that cut out. A lot of the hard part for me. So that was that. Next was cameras. So I only started off with one camera when I first started doing the podcast. Yeah, but I knew that in order for that people were gonna watch it, I have to switch angles somehow. So when I had one camera, I was filming the whole thing wide angle, but as I'm editing, I'm zooming in on each person as they talk. So it gives the illusion of 3 angles. Yeah. And I'm keeping people's audience attention.
Grab your attention.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Like, damn, who behind his cameras?
Yeah, make it look like that.
Yeah. Right. Okay, I know a lot of people that want to start a podcast or even start a YouTube channel. What holds them back is the editing part. They be like, I don't know how to edit.
Yep, that's me.
So you always been editing?
Yeah, I've been editing. I loved it. I took the classes since middle school. I've been doing editing. I did the high school announcements, and I had to cut and edit my own stories, like the real news. So I've been doing it. I've always loved it.
Let's talk about monetization.
Yeah. So monetization is still something I'm working on when it comes to the audio and like when it comes to monetization. How my company really makes money off of advertising is reaching out to companies, like putting the footwork in for real. I was mentioning you guys off air earlier that I was shopping at the Chico supermarket and I saw beef jerky. I love beef jerky, and I was shopping for beef jerky. I saw a beef jerky company called Righteous Felon, and on their packaging they had a whole bunch of hashtags and follow us here, follow us there. And I thought to myself, wow, since this company is so heavily influenced by the social media, I could probably email them and say, like, look, I got a podcast network. We could easily promote your business, your product. So that's what I did. I sent the email in. They sent me product to promote, gave me a discount code, a promo code so we could get some commission back when people use our code.
Got you. All right. You got any questions, Sean?
Do I have any questions? Yeah, I kind of do got a question. So when it comes to like the podcast and the branding part of that, like, and you said send emails out to the companies and stuff like that. Right. How do you write up your contracts? Do you get people to write them up, or do you write them up?
Just so you can where you gotta say it.
Make sure that you have your money.
So I, could type, if you have that question, what to say, you could use ChatGPT, bro, and remix it a little bit. You could type in the ChatGPT, like, I want to email this company because I have a podcast that gets this with many listeners, and we believe that we could help their sell their product because our demographic is Black teenage girls or whatever, or something like that, or we got old men that watch our stuff, so we could promote the shaving product. Could be anything, and you type that in the ChatGPT, and it will type out the whole letter for you, saying, "Dear to whom it may concern, my name is so and so. I do a podcast, and we believe, and we'll do that, and just copy and paste it and send the email."
And then one more question, like, cause me and Courtney, I had came up with like some media release forms, cause we try to get our guests to sign the media release forms, so
Right.
they can't try to like sue us or want us to,
Delete
take our
content.
content
Yes.
and stuff like that.
We had people
So-
do that. Like, I've
Yeah.
got a job as a teacher. I don't think it will look right for me. Can you delete that?
Right. So, yeah, definitely gotta have. If you feel like that's gonna happen, there's definitely release forms people could sign, and that's just off of forms.com. They have a whole bunch of different forms you can pick from, and you just print that out and get them to sign it. There you go. But try to get guests that are about it, because that's so corny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It
I came up with that idea because I know because people would try to like want to sue you for revenue and stuff like that. Think if you
Right.
just happen to say we get a viral video, we get money for it.
Yeah.
The person that's a part of it gonna feel like they're entitled to the money because it was a part of the video.
Yeah.
Then if you don't have them signing the media release form, they're gonna try to civilly sue you.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
stuff like
crazy though. That's why I feel like you always gotta be nice, and even if that did happen, break somebody off a piece of something before they can even get to that point. Like, look, man, we made a couple of dollars off this video. Here, take ton.
that. Yeah.
And then keep it like
And
that.
give you a receipt.
You gotta beat them to the you gotta beat them to the punch though.
Well, that's all the questions I have when it comes to it. But we're gonna put this video on Instagram so they can follow you and see from where you came from till now,
Right.
and it's still going. And like what we see, this inspired me. We got 3 camera angles on us. You introduced me to the switchers. It's our first podcast video with different angles.
Oh wow. So what does your setup look like when you guys record?
One Canon camera like this,
Uh-huh.
and a ring light, and my 3 mics, and my recorder.
And the backdrop.
And the backdrop.
The backdrop. I think the backdrop makes it look nice though. That's
Yeah.
great. That's it's one of the first steps that I see now. Like, okay, they're really investing into their craft.
So when I edit like the little reels, it make it look like I got 3 angles just by the way I edit.
Exactly. So you're
Yeah.
doing the same shit I was doing. Word.
Yeah.
Because we started off with paper.
Oh yeah, the backdrop paper. Yep.
That's still something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this used to be all blue, like a blue wall. And I definitely started way worse. I started when I first started doing my own podcast. I had a one camera, and it was just like it looked like a security camera. We were in a tight little room, and it was a green screen room, which was basically my friends they just got drunk and just painted the room green. It wasn't even a studio. It was like an abandoned house that they paid rent on, but it was like a frat house. And they had one room that was green. We set up a table in there and started doing a podcast with a phone as a microphone. And since the room was green, I keyed out the green and made it into like a studio, so it looked like a real podcast studio, like a green screen effect. And people are like, yo, we need to be a guest. So people were coming in like, yo, this is it. I'm like, it's a green screen. My fault. This is green. It was freezing in there and shit.
I started out in my apartment living room because I had my own podcast. It was called Let's Talk About It. And then I did the podcast with Courtney, and we just clicked. So we was like, well, let's do it together.
So
And
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
We'll give you that idea to be nasty. No, tell the audience what it's really about.
Okay, I can tell you why. Well, it's called FaceTheFact. I like to talk about deep things, like when it gets to life, business, but also set sales. So when I start talking about stuff like this, for some reason, it grabs more attention. But I also throw in other stuff because that's not what I'm all about.
Yes,
Yeah, so you get them in though, right? Then you start selling your product.
And then
Genius.
I'm the unfiltered one. I don't care what comes out of my mouth. So I say what I want to
it's
say.
balanced with the-
Yeah, unapologetically
Yeah,
you.
baby, unapologetically me. And it was just like, okay, it worked.
But you used to
Boom.
go live on your podcast.
Yeah,
Let's
I used to
talk
do
about
mine live. I used to be.
How do you do that?
I used to Facebook Live.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to go live on Facebook, and I just sit there. I had the phone as the mic, the phone as the camera.
So how long you've been doing like pods?
I started doing mine probably like 2 years ago, I want to say.
Okay.
Maybe about 2 years to the most, I'll say. And then Courtney asked me to do an episode on hers, and I did it, and it was just like we had this chemistry together. It was like
So how long are y'all known each other?
We always known each other.
Oh, okay, good.
But
she
Because
used,
you gotta
to
have
be,
that chemistry
she used to be my manager
Yeah.
on my job at Walmart.
That's hilarious. Okay, wow.
But you see, my YouTube, I started with doing vlogs, and then I did the blind dates, and that's when my thing blew.
Right. Okay.
And then I always said I wanted to start a podcast. My algorithm, let's talk about that. My algorithm now on YouTube is still blind dates. So it's hard for me to try to get it to podcast. Do you know anything about that? How to switch that algorithm?
I think that once you just start being consistent,
it
yeah,
locks
it's
it
gonna
back
switch
out.
over.
Because if you type in my YouTube now, right before you finish it,
And you could
it
also
says
reset,
blind
like, I don't know if it's cookies or something, but you can reset something on YouTube and it'll be just like regular stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, my algorithm still is on the other content, and I don't do blind dates no more.
Gotcha.
Well, yeah. But let's talk about it. She said, let's talk about it.
I think you should still do that, Sean. Let's talk about it and FaceTheFact. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the more content, the better.
The same way I do my vlogs and stuff, you can be doing your let's talk about it. Content.
Yeah. And it was more like a Q&A podcast. Like me, I said don't judge me. Because my favorite DJ, disc jockey, talk show host, Wendy Williams.
Okay, guys.
You know,
That's his vibe.
that was more of my style.
How you doing?
And I, because Wendy is unapologetically her. She said what she want to say, how she want to say it to, who she want to say it to, and that was more of my style of what I did.
style.
So I just go in.
Have you ever been pressed?
Yeah, we have
Like,
on one of our episodes.
Like anybody you ever talked about, or anybody like you rough on any fest and someone was like came for you, like come outside, we're not gonna jump you.
Hell no, they ain't crazy.
So you've been getting away with stuff. What you're saying?
They just know I'm gonna say what I want to say.
Oh, got you.
We had an episode. We had to edit some things out.
Right.
Yeah, one girl that we did.
You can't say, but yeah, we just had an episode because that's just Sean.
I mean, she was like, she came for me, but she didn't come for me. It was more like she tried to play it off like I don't can do dark humor and such and such. Like, but you talked about your dad being on drugs and this and then the third, and he died. So I said, well, he got to have his own supply, something like that to that nature. So,
I feel like damn. It's all about delivery when you say some shit like that, bro.
it was more like she said, now like, well, damn, he was getting have his own supply.
You ever did a podcast where
That's some shit I was saying.
your guests don't give you a chance to talk?
Shout
Reference to that same episode.
the craziest thing about starting podcasts and like having guests on is a lot of the guests aren't experienced and they have no what they call like media training.
Yeah.
So they just want like I got something to talk about. I mean, I got some mad shit to say. And they just want to talk and to prove their point. They don't understand the art of podcasting or the art of conversation. It's an art.
It's different strategies to it.
Yeah, exactly. How to throw alley-oops and so the other person can slam
training.
dunk it and shit.
Yeah. And it's just like, damn.
And I'm not media trained, but I kind of watch a lot of stuff, like TV, talk shows and stuff like that. So.
I mean, that's how we all do. I got all my knowledge just from watching other people.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to talk. I know how to edit because I just watch other people. I know how to do all this because I just watch what other people are doing. I watch what the greats were doing. I say, okay, this is how they send emails out. This is how they get advertisements. This is how they talk to this person. This is how they talk to all the way down to the co-host. Like this is how the producers talk to the co-host. This is how the producers book studios. I'm taking notes about all that when I'm still working at Costco at a beginning level. I'm taking notes of all that. And I finally get to apply that now. And it's like I feel like I've been connecting dots for the past 5 years. Now I'm connecting them. I was putting dots. Yeah, it takes time.
5 years.
It does. It takes a lot of time.
But you get there. If you keep digging, you're gonna get there. You're gonna hit the goal.
Yeah.
I love the game. I love the journey. I love it. I live for the journey. I don't want to hit nowhere because I just want to keep climbing.
Yeah.
Word.
I got you. There's a lot of motivation going on right now.
Yeah.
I motivate every day.
Yeah, that's good. Motivation. That's what Jeezy say, motivation.
Trying to inspire.
We done did 2 episodes, y'all.
That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yes. Let's see.
Let's talk about the party.
Let's talk about it.
Well, first of all, before the party, I want to ask y'all opinion about New York. Now, Cora, I know you said that this was your first time in New York. What did you expect versus how it actually is?
Well, I know when I be seeing it on social media, I think that's in Times Square though. It's like everybody just everywhere and like the big like pictures on
the red stairs. Yeah, the red stairs. That's where.
I know that's not where we was going, but where we was at in Queens, I like that vibe. How it's like fast paced, cold. People be hustling too. I like that vibe. I like it. It was cool. It's not my vibe. That I'm a country girl.
Yeah, y'all accents is. I said y'all accents. Yeah.
I'm
to
a
come.
city girl.
Yeah, he's a city girl. I like to come get the experience, but I be ready to go back home.
Yeah. How's the weather? How's the weather down there? It's warmer than this, right?
Oh yeah, it's cold, but yeah, warm,
It's more
but,
windy here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. This is ridiculous weather right now. This hasn't been like this at all this week.
So this is like real cold right now.
Yeah, it's real cold. Like this is it's fucked up right now.
And so that's I was telling them because I used to live in DC, so I'm kind of used to the weather, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I went to Atlanta, I still say I can't live in Atlanta. I just want to live in the country.
Nah, the thing about like that is I feel like Atlanta country, but
real?
yeah, I feel like compared to New York, yeah, definitely. And I just the thing about moving is I don't know anybody, man. I made so many connections and relationships up here in New York that if I go down, I gotta get jumped again. I gotta fucking get betrayed 3 times before I find my circle and stuff. Like I had to do up here growing. I had to make my mistakes trying to find my friends and family up here. You know, so I'm not doing that again. If I move away,
So you staying.
I gotta stay up here. Word.
Well, let's talk about the party tomorrow.
Yeah. So
When did you come with that idea? I know you've been probably had it in motion for a while.
yeah, I'm a dot connector, so I've been planting the seeds for a little while now. When I first started doing Bully and the Beast podcast, I got invited to the Loudspeakers Network holiday party, which was back before the pandemic, and it was a dope vibe. It was just like we worked so hard all year, doing a podcast every week, and the Chris Morrow, who owns the Loudspeaker Network, he threw a holiday party for us. And like I said, I take notes and I watch what the top people do. So he threw a holiday party. I'm throwing a holiday party. That's what CEOs of podcast networks do. That's what we're gonna do.
Right.
So I used all my leverage to reach out to companies. I reached out. I'm a videographer. I used every connect I have to try to make this party lit. I do videos for DJ Sus One. Can you DJ my party? Yeah, bro, I got you. I do videos for DJ whatever. Can you DJ my party? Got you. Who else? I did a video recap for the Heineken staff party. I networked my ass off there. Knew the lady that does advertising for Heineken, DM'd her. Hey, I'm throwing a huge holiday party. DJ Sus One is gonna DJ, yada yada yada. Do you think Heineken could help support the open bar? Yeah, sure, we'd love to.
Right.
Because it's all about using connections, all because I seen somebody else do it and it worked. And so I'm following all success strategies.
Speaking of your party, me and Sean did our very first live show in our hometown.
We made history.
So basically
That's
what
it,
we
that's
do,
all.
what we do behind camera, we brought it to our community. We did it live. We interacted with the crowd, like the spicy round, stuff like. You ever thought about doing a live show?
Yeah, I thought about it. It's just these podcasts, like I said, I'm building these podcasters from people that have 9-to-5 jobs that have an idea to podcast, and I'm building them to podcasters. I don't think they're ready yet to be in front of a crowd without, fucking up.
But it's a
Well, we
vibe,
got the
it's a
idea from the
flow.
Black Effect.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, because you guys seen it. That's the theme of this whole interview is you gotta peep what you see and apply what you see.
Right.
You seen the shit that worked and you applied it.
So we about to have a party.
Yeah, you're getting there.
We didn't have no food trucks, but we had a bar that cooked food. So
See?
we had a bar that like.
All
they
you need to
cooked
do is
food.
tell people that reach out to a couple of companies that got a couple dollars.
Yeah.
And what town do you guys live in though?
Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina.
Roanoke.
Halifax
Roanoke
County.
Rapids?
Yeah.
Roanoke Rapids. That sounds country, man.
That sound country.
It's Southern, Southern hospitality.
Yeah, but the party that we're throwing. So yeah, basically the party. It's for all my podcasts. Like I said, it's a celebration for all the podcasts that I produced to celebrate our hard work. It's not easy staying consistent when we have jobs, kids. I mean, I don't got no kids, but like
got kids.
now the podcast hosts got kids, and we still are working, and they're paying me at that because we're not really making any money off of this shit yet. They're paying me for editing and stuff and for my time, and this is my way of giving back.
Right. Okay, I love it.
And I have a whole bunch of people that could help elevate. It's a win-win because I invited people that will help elevate and give exposure to my network and be taken seriously.
Got you.
Have you ever tried to use Charlamagne to promote your podcast?
No, absolutely not. Because I mean,
Or I ain't gonna say use. Maybe that's the wrong term. Ask, can he promote it? And
I don't think that's how it works. I think that you put the work in and you don't beg. I mean, I know the closed mouths don't get fed, but I feel like if you put the work in, it's gonna happen automatically.
Yeah.
And it might not be Charlamagne. I got DJ Sus One. Like, you know, it doesn't always have to be what you. It don't always gotta be who you expect it is, but you gotta keep working so the right people will come. The right people will gravitate towards your hard work.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't focus on trying to please anybody. Please yourself, and it's all gonna fall into place.
Love it.
What do you guys think you guys could do to help improve your pod? Your guys, I know you guys asked me a question, but did you have any? Like, what do you guys think? I know you after you're like, damn, I wish you could do this. We had this, and this.
I always say doing a variety of things, like different sceneries, going different places and doing them. I even want to do one like on the side of the street. Like, for instance, if I was in New York and it wasn't so cold, hey, let's do a podcast on Jamaica Avenue where we was at. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah, you guys are in the heart, Queens. Nice.
I think targeting guests, but people that got good like connects. That's a part of my podcast. I want to get like more. I'm not gonna say famous people, but well-known people, because like you never know who watching.
You got to do your homework, especially like what big city would you say you live closest to? Like Charlotte. Okay. What I would do then, because a lot of people say that to me too. Like I have people that live in Orlando, and like I had a friend in Kentucky. Like, bro, nobody comes through here.
Yeah.
And I would just pay attention to tour dates, radio station interviews, because all it takes is a DM or an email saying, hey, look, I know you're in town. We have a podcast in North Carolina. We would love to interview you. You know, and you would be surprised. One of the worst that somebody could say is no, or they don't answer you.
Right.
The best thing that happen, you get them on your show. It costs you $0 to reach out.
Right. Because that's what I did with one of our guests we had. She's an actress. Like, she worked for Tyler Perry. And she just recently did the Fatal Attraction show on TV1.
Nice.
Melissa. So I reached out to her like, hey, would you come and do the podcast with us? You know, talk about your acting career and stuff like that. So they do work, asking people like you may.
Now, sometimes you got to ask the right people. Sorry to cut you off, but sometimes you don't got to go right to the star. You got to find the people that works the background for them, the assistant, the clothing guy, or something like that. People got products to Charlemagne because they hit me up. Like, oh shit, yo, do you think if I send you this hoodie, you can give it to Charlemagne? I guess. I mean, with them all the time. So they send me the hoodie, I give it to Charlemagne. You always try to hit somebody in the background. Don't always, because the star is busy. The talent's gonna be busy. Like, they don't have time. Oh, let me check my schedule.
But that's how she basically started, like, from the back.
Oh, she answered though. She answered. Did she answer?
She started from the back. She went as her career started. She started off as a background an extra, then to more working roles. So that's why I think it was so easier for me to get her. And then she's from my hometown.
Oh, you got her?
Yeah,
she did.
That's fire.
She actually been on twice.
That's dope.
So stuff.
So you got it.
Yeah, we got it.
You got the formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the formula.
But you just got to figure out who's in town. That could be any conventions and like, I don't know. They have like Comic Cons and stuff like that. But you'd be surprised who's special guest in the area. Right. There's a radio station in North Carolina, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta see who's gonna pull up.
You gotta come to the country so you can see.
Yeah, I bet it's like I feel like it's just a little bit extra work. Like when I was first started doing this shit and I didn't have a car, I guess it's just a train ride to Manhattan from here, a 40-minute train ride. If you don't, it's hard. I feel like it's hard to struggle in itself because if you don't got a car, you're asked out. Like, damn.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it might be easy to make it in the city, but it's also harder to fucking live up here too. Right. So you got no choice but to grind.
So I know what I'm gonna title this episode, y'all. Motivation. Yeah. It was a good episode.
Stay motivated.
I like it. I hope you guys learn some.
Yeah,
I hope you guys learn shit. I hope you guys network. I hope you guys meet a whole bunch of people, but people that help elevate your podcast and your cause. And I just hope you have conversations to help you just elevate and work and go 10 times harder. Right. You're in New York. You're in the Big Apple. Yeah. And like I said, thank you for your time and your knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Nah, that's finally in an interview
with some people with some sense.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not.
And y'all already know, like, comment, subscribe, and follow Angelo. Everything will be in the link down in the description below. We out.
We out.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.